Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Hope you're well, and I am really excited to share this super quick video with you. I've got an early prototype of the updated masking panel for Luminar that's coming out in the fall upgrade. I don't know when it's coming out. It's a prototype, which means things may change. And in fact, I would say they most certainly will. But this gives you a great idea of the direction they're heading with masking, which if you've been here before, you know I love editing photos in Luminar. I love masking, and I think it is the most important way to control your edits because it allows you to be very specific and targeted. Speaking of specific and targeted, the enhancements that I believe we're going to have are really going to let you do that. So I'm going to jump into that, but I just wanted to point out it's a prototype. It's definitely going to change. This is not fully baked. Everything doesn't even work, but they said we could share this. I wanted to give you a super early preview of the direction that they're going. I don't even want to say what's coming because it's the direction they're going. Nothing's guaranteed because it's a prototype. I'm going to shut up and start showing you because that's why you're here. Let's take a look at this. This is running in a web browser, so I don't even have a desktop beta copy. I don't even have an alpha copy. It's a web browser based version that's an early prototype, as I said. That doesn't mean the web version that's coming out looks like this. I have no idea. I haven't seen that. But I wanted to share this with you. I just want to talk about masking and show you the kind of things that you can do. So let's say you got a photo here. This is a photo that's just automatically provided. And I've got the basic light controls here in Develop that we always have, where you can do exposure, contrast, that sort of thing. But the key thing to focus on here is, of course, this Add Mask. If I click plus and click on that, you can see that this looks a little bit different. And out of the gate, you're going to say, it's not that big a deal, Jim. It's really not that different. And that's true. This doesn't look super different. But let's say I want to do something fairly specific, because one of the things that you may have had to deal with in the past is not being able to get too accurate with your selections. This is going to improve that significantly. And again, early prototype, it doesn't work perfectly. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's obviously going to get better, but I want to show you what's coming. So let's say I want to go in and take a look at this snow here. Let's say I want to brighten the snow, right? So in the past, you could just grab a brush and I get a smaller size and I'm just going to paint along here. And you can see some of the lines it's making. They're overlapping into the sky. And again, it's not working perfectly. That's okay. But I'm going to come over here because I also want to paint in that. And what I really want to do is, now that I've brushed over that snow, is I want to brighten it because I want it to stand out more in this landscape. Okay, great. So what would I do? I would take the exposure slider, maybe even the highlights, and lift them. But you can see what's happening because the brush is not edge aware. It's bleeding over into the sky. Now this brush is not edge aware, but there's a new trick and a new feature that I believe will be in this release. And by the way, this looks a little bit different, doesn't it? And that's the ability to intersect, add, and subtract masks. In the past, I had to go back with a different brush, really fine, and do all the erasing. Now I can click plus and I can add, subtract, or intersect a mask with my existing mask. That is cool, my friend. So in this case, what I would do, I want to get rid of what overlapped into the sky. Well, how do you do that? I go into subtract and I would go to mask AI, and it's going to analyze the photo and find stuff. And it's going to say, oh, sky? Yeah, I want to grab that. Well, I subtracted it, and you can see it automatically removed where it overlapped into the sky. The other thing that's really cool about this is now it says custom mask, and you have some additional options here. I have the ability to come in and edit this. I can invert, copy. I can change the overlay color if I want it to be violet. I need to show that again. Let me show overlay. But I changed it to violet. So if you have a different color that you want to change it to, you have that option as well. But also, I can rename the mask. So this custom mask, I can just say snow mask, right? And that lets me rename the mask. So when I'm going back through and looking at things, it's much more easier and quicker to realize what's going on. So I can close that tool. And what I did is I brightened that snow without overlapping in the sky. And yes, I realize the brush is also overlapping down here. This is just a quick example. Let me show you another example of how you can use this. Okay, I discarded those edits and I'm going to go in and let's say I want to lift the exposure of the foreground, right? So add mask, mask AI, and it'll go out again and analyze the photo, and it found flora and mountains. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. I want to brighten that area. Oh, but again, guess what? It's overlapping into the sky and that sort of thing. because again, early prototype, it's not going to be perfect, but I've created that mask and I can lift it. You notice that the mask also gives you a picture or pictorial representation of what's being impacted. Anyway, I'm going to lift the exposure. Let's say I'm going to brighten it quite a bit. Oh no, terrible line along the sky. Well, I can just go do the same thing, right? Where I can subtract. If I wanted to add, I could. But in this case, subtract is absolutely perfect for what I want to do. I just come in and subtract sky. And when I do, it's pulling that overlap in the sky away. And that just makes things so much quicker and easier. So now my mask is covering just the foreground without overlapping into the sky. And yes, I realize it technically overlaps a little bit in the sky. Again, this is early prototype, so things aren't perfect or refined. But generally speaking, in terms of direction, this is huge, my friends. Huge, because we're going to have more control, more ability to be precise with our edits using these masking tools, and the ability to come in and rename them, add, subtract, and intersect. You can just start using these masks and stacking them. Because in the past, you probably remember, you make a mask and then guess what? Oh, you want to change that mask? You got to go get the brush and erase things. Now you can just subtract easily. So I'll come back and do more videos demonstrating some of how this stuff is going to work as I play with it more. But I wanted to get this out quickly because I'm so excited. I know you're going to be excited. If you don't have the fall upgrade, if you haven't purchased that yet, check it out at the link below. Let me know what questions you have. Keep in mind, you've seen what I've seen at this point. So we're both flying a little bit blind, but I had to get this out because I knew you'd want to see it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back soon. You guys take care. Have a great one. I'll see you soon, and until then, adios.